To make a change, you have to make a change. I'm going to repeat this one. To make a change, you have to make a change. So 25 years ago, when I was in graduate training, we had this amazing coach and facilitator who was taking us through the program. And he said that you should never be afraid to change your mind. And when I tell you that single statement that he made changed the course of my life forever. Because this is something to consider. So many times we hold ourselves accountable and changed to old decisions that we've made without realizing that we've changed, we've evolved, we've got new dreams, we've got new desires, new goals that we want to attain, and we keep ourselves chained to the old version of us, chained to all those old desires and dreams that we've had without thinking that actually we are the ones that are responsible for making the change that we want to see. So yes, there are various considerations that you have to think about. Obviously, it's about making calculated decisions, thinking things through in terms of what or who, whatever change you're about to make is going to impact, and making considerations about what's the intended and unintended consequences are going to be. But I have realized that sometimes we just lock ourselves into past decisions. So maybe you're a student, you chose to do accounting, but your heart was already in marketing long time ago. But because now your friends decided to go the accounting route, you decided to go against your heart's desire and what you've always known. And now you are sitting in an accounting class, go tertiary, and you are wallowing in misery. And you are then so afraid to make the change to your original wishes because now you are worried for, oh my gosh, maybe I've already wasted 2 years, I'm 2 years into this. Or you are worried for, what are people going to say? What are my folks going to say, And sometimes it's also that we hold ourselves beholden to the desires of others. Like maybe your parents wanted you to go into a certain career or be with a certain person, God forbid, And we've heard of such cases. I mean, it happened quite a lot in the past, yeah? Pseudo-arranged marriages where people were pre-selected for you and your heart was just simply not in it. So it's important to realize that as a divine being, you were born with free will as your birthright, and you are entitled to change your mind when things are not working for you. They no longer serve the trajectory you're on, the direction that you are moving in. But as I said, as a responsible person, it's important to also make considerations around the impact of making those changes. But really, it's something that dawned on me throughout my life. And even as I was, journeying through my profession in the workplace, is that you'll find that even at work, people have committed to a certain project, but they can see this project is not working out. But because they've made commitments and budgets have been spent, instead of course correcting and taking corrective actions to, go through the process of, okay, let's regroup, let's redirect, they will end up spending more just because of not wanting to go through the embarrassment of saying, look, I was wrong, we were wrong, perhaps we should have gone in this direction. And what I've discovered about making a change is that sometimes you'll make a change and it's the wrong change. Down the line, you realize, oh, okay, maybe this wasn't the course to go. But you know what? By then you have information, and at that point you can make another change. Is it time wasting? Of course, sometimes it feels like it's time wasting, but it's better to be aligned, right? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you have been in a relationship or doing something for years that you've known intuitively is not for you, that is a real waste of time, because years later you've realized that you could have actually made a change somewhere along the road, and instead you are sitting with years and years of regret. So to make that change, you also have to change. And I've said it in another video before that you need to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so for you to change, your mind must change. And that means changing your mind about certain patterns, about certain beliefs, certain values that you have accepted, and maybe sometimes they were instilled in you, but during the course of your life you realized, oh no, this one is not the one that I hold dear, but you're too scared to make another choice. And even as Einstein said, right, it's absolute insanity to be doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So if you want your life to change, you need to be able to change your mind and be ready to transform your life by the renewing of your mind. Make that change.